Hey guys, so I have some really big news. I'm super excited, but I have to be kind of quiet because Caleb is upstairs sleeping right now, so I don't want to wake him up. But I've been mulling this over for a while now, and in my last video, I told you guys how I sold one of the RAV4s. We sold my wife's RAV4, and I was going to need a replacement, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned that I wanted a Model X. So I've been looking for a used one for a while now because just before I sold that car, I had been seeing a lot of them that were in the 60s on the Tesla website. So I thought it was possible. Shortly after selling the car, they've all gone away. I've seen one that was a five-seater that was 55,000, but that's not going to work for us. I'm definitely trying to stick to my guns and get a six or seven-seater, and we're also definitely getting a 100D. So I've been searching for a while now, and unfortunately, the deals seem like they've dried up, and when they do come up, they sell so fast. I'm refreshing the CPO site, which I'll post a link here somewhere. I've been refreshing that site constantly, and as soon as something pops up, I click on it and it's no longer in inventory. So it's been a battle. It's been occupying pretty much all of my days, just refreshing pages and scrolling all over the place. So unfortunately, that smoking deal that I was hoping to find just hasn't happened. So I really just started looking at the numbers and analyzing everything. I used to sell cars in a previous life, so I feel like I have a pretty good handle on it. And one thing to consider, at least for me, because I'm not one to keep cars forever, but you have to think about resale value. If you're going to buy it and just drive it into the ground, it has 240,000 miles on it, then fine. You don't care about that as much. You just want to smoke and deal. But for me, I buy and sell cars. I get bored. I want to try something else, and I'll sell it. And it's very possible that a couple years down the road, when the Tesla truck comes out, maybe I trade this in or sell this on that. So I'm looking at resale value. And in my mind, it seems like with the older cars, with the AP1 or AP2, and the older motor, and just the older tech that is in those, and plus those 2016s, 2017s did have some issues. And so just considering all that, I think a brand new one would be more valuable in the future. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna order a brand new Tesla Model X. It's crazy. I'm just an average guy. I mean, I grew up in a trailer park and I just busted my ass my whole life to get to this point, and here I am buying this car. It's crazy expensive. I do have some cash sitting around. I sold a house last year, so I'm going to use that to get the payment down to a reasonable point, and it looks like it's going to work. So I did just see that my father-in-law is a subscriber now. So Kevin, don't worry, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be fine. And just don't tell Michelle, my mother-in-law. I don't think she needs to know that I got a brand new one. Maybe she'll find out at some point, but let's just not. Let's just hold that off for a little while. So what I'm gonna do now is show you the ordering process. I'm gonna spin the camera around. I'm still editing at a fifth grade level, so I don't know how to film the screen as I go through and click things. So I'm just going to put my camera here and you can watch me as I go through. But we're gonna order a 100D with the 7 seats, with the fold flat second row. It's gonna be so usable. And the 2016s and 17s don't have that. And that was something that I was hoping to find. And yeah, now this way I can build it exactly like I want to. And it's gonna be perfect and amazing. So super excited. Well, I'll flip the camera around and show you the buying process. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay because I'm super close to the microphone. So I've done this countless times, just kind of playing around, looking at numbers and everything, but this time is actually for real. So click on that, custom order. I always like looking at the regular purchase price. And again, Kevin, pretend like you're not looking at that price. Okay, I want long range, not going to do performance. And I prefer white, and it's awesome because it's now included, as you can see right here. And I'm fine with the 20-inch wheels, and those are also included. And I do want the 7-seater. So that's 35. Oh man, that went up. This was 6,000 and 3,000 just like a few days ago. Wow, that sucks. So that just went up 500 bucks. And I'm fine with the wood and black interior. These are all extra, $1,500 and $1,500. And I'm not going to do autopilot. It's a big expense. It's $6,000. I'm already just stretching, just trying to get the car. So I'm going to leave off autopilot, or the full self-driving rather. So this is full self-driving capability, and at least all the hardware is going to be there, and I can just add it later if I fall into a pile of money. And free unlimited supercharging, which is awesome. I'm so excited for that. And there's my totals. Do a loan. Yeah, those are some high payments. That's with $7,500 down. Yeah, I'm going to be putting more than that down to lower the payment. And okay, I guess this is all kind of private credit card stuff. All right, so I'm not going to film this. I will do this real quick and then finish this up. All right, so it needed a ton of information from me. I had to scan my driver's license, enter some insurance information, even though I don't have insurance because there's no VIN yet. But I had to enter a bunch of stuff, and I don't want to scroll down because my order number is right down here, and I don't feel like trying to blur that out or anything. So suffice it to say, it is complete, and I have a Tesla on order. It's just crazy and awesome. Really can't wait. This is going to be so cool. Now we will see how long it takes to actually get the car. Today is the 15th, and we'll see. The closest Tesla dealer is in Mount Kisco, New York, which is, man, I forgot. I think it's like 4 hours away or something like that. So not looking forward to that. I think I'm gonna have to call or contact my advisor and see if they can do a home delivery, which I've heard they do for some people. So I'll have to check that out. But order is placed. Hey, so I came out to the garage so I could get a little louder because I'm just super excited and just want to talk a little bit more about what just happened. So I want to reiterate, I am not a rich person. I'm really actually quite worried that people are going to see this here in Ithaca around town and just be a jerk about it or something because they're going to think I'm some entitled prick who has this Tesla. It couldn't be further from the truth. I have really busted my butt to earn everything I've had. I grew up in a trailer park, like I said earlier. I had a single mother, and anything I wanted, I had to have multiple jobs for. We never had any kind of public assistance, and my mom just always busted her butt and just kind of taught me that good work ethic. So hopefully it'll be okay, and hopefully I can make the payments, and yeah, I'm just gonna have to bust my butt to make sure it's all good. But I have to tell you, one of the main reasons that I switched, obviously we needed a bigger car, so we have a growing family, but one of the biggest reasons that I switched is the charging network. I am just so sick of CHAdeMO and the J1772 public charging stations. Everything is just so unreliable, and I love taking road trips. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you've seen I've had a lot of troubles trying to just make anything happen, just any little road trip. So I'm really, really looking forward to the supercharger network. That was honestly probably more than 50% of my decision. And the fact that they have a free promo going on right now, that's awesome. And I know I've done the math. Just a couple vacations a year is only a few $100s worth of electricity. It's not a huge thing, but to me, it just felt like it was bigger, I guess. And I like the idea of just jumping in and charging super fast anywhere I could go. And obviously now with the Raven refresh, you can find all the new features on the car online. I'm not going to go over all of them now, but there are a ton of new awesome features in the Raven that really make it a no-brainer. So that's how I justified to myself and to my wife that we should get a brand new one instead of a used one. So I've never actually even driven one. I think I sat in one once at a National Drive Electric Week event. My wife's never even been in one. So it is a bit crazy buying this car, not having ever driven one or really ever even sat in one. But I've done a bunch of research, watching videos online from other YouTubers and talking to other owners that I know. And I just know this is going to work as long as I can make it work financially. But ironically, it's not the only car that I've ever purchased sight unseen. One of the other cars that I've always loved, one of my favorite cars of all time, was a Honda S2000. And I bought one sight unseen. I hadn't even driven one. I just knew I loved the car. And I drove all the way to New Hampshire. This was like 15 years ago. I had a Honda S2000. So it's not my first time. Still nerve wracking though. And lastly, speaking of financials, I am trying to sell off and liquidate a bunch of stuff so I can put down as much as possible on the car and lower my payment. I do have a few people interested in my T-Rex version 1, which is right here. If you have any interest in it, let me know. So far, no cash has changed hands. It's still available. And I still have my parts car out there with some Tesla stuff, a bunch of RAV4 stuff, all that's for sale. I've got a bunch of things. So if you need anything or looking for anything in particular, let me know and I'll see if I have it. Just trying to unload some stuff and also make some room in the garage. So thank you very much for watching and listen to me rant, but there's gonna be a lot more to come. Once this car gets here, I'm gonna be connecting a T-Rex to it. So that's gonna be a whole thing, and how I connect the T-Rex to the battery in the Tesla Model X. So there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff happening. So please like, subscribe, share, and do all that normal stuff that YouTubers ask you to do. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.